It's not a very straightforward qualifying just because of all the track limits problems for everyone, including myself. But I think at the end of the day, we put the lap in when it mattered. And Q3 around here, yeah, it's always tricky because you know that you can gain a bit of lap time by really pushing the limit on the white line everywhere. But then, of course, the risk of a cancelled lap time is there as well. So it was just about finding all these margins, and I think we just did that. And you always know that on such a short lap it's going to be quite close with everyone, right? But we were ahead, and that's of course the most important.
Never happy when I'm second. I'm only happy when I'm first. And today we missed pole position by very little. But to be honest, we also need to be realistic. And looking at our season, this is probably the best quali we've had, apart from Baku, of course, where we were ahead of everyone. But the team has an incredible job trying to bring this upgrade as early as possible into the season, and I think this has helped us so far. Now we need to confirm that in the race.
It does feel quite a step better in the high-speed corners, which was our main limitation in Barcelona. Looks like we've done a step at least in those kind of speeds. Now, obviously, we will need to see our race pace, which we know it can vary track to track, and we will make sure we try and put together the best possible race, but also knowing that it's going to be tougher in the race than what it was in quali today.
Should have had Carlos, but just a shoulda. So I'm still very happy. P4 is a very good result for us, especially for a main quali. It was good fun, tricky, because basically every single corner you can get track limits. So it's every corner you want to push more, but you have to be so careful at the same time. But the car's been working very well, so I have to say a big thanks to the team for getting all the new bits here, because we wouldn't be P4 if we didn't have that. So super happy, and a good one for the team.
I think our race pace was possibly around third fastest at the time, so I think the Red Bulls and the Ferraris were quickest, or maybe the Astons, or maybe we're fourth. I'm not quite sure exactly. We're just trying to focus on just trying to get around as quick as we can today. It was a very difficult session, not an easy circuit. Our car in general in the past has never really suited this circuit, and it shows that again today. So really tough session, but got through it, thank God.
I was happy with the lap, felt good in the car. I think we got everything out of it. It's always a challenge here, you're trying to commit to the fast corners, and it's just tough to kind of gauge it and get it right.
Feel good. I think it was intense as it is always here in Austria, because the times are very close. Within 2 or 3 tenths there are 10 cars, so it's always good to be on top of that group in case of any risk. In Q1 and Q2 we got 1 lap deleted in Q2, which forced us to put an extra set, and then we only have 1 chance in Q3. So all in all, not ideal, but happy. P6, P7 for the team is a strong result for us, and a good starting position.
Obviously Q3 is always good news. We know though the difficulty is in the race for us, so I'm happy to had another smooth quali. I think I extracted everything from the car, clean execution from myself and the team, so that's positive and good for today.
It was a tricky session, trying to stay within the limits, and you're pushing the car flat out, trying to get every thousandths and hundredths out of it. Managed to get through a lap. I think a lap deleted, but in the end we got P9, so at least it's in the top 10. Managed to get a trouble-free session, which is what I was looking for after the last couple of weekends.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Obviously got through. Normally I'm on the other side with the track limits into Q2, but got through from a few other drivers, and then for the rest of quali, I have to say I think everything felt good for us. Nothing stand out. I think the upgrades are still working. Just honestly, the McLaren's pretty impressive with their upgrade. Nico obviously did a great job, and P10 was all she wrote. So hopefully we can have a good one for tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah, just not quick enough today. I think from the first laps in practice, just hadn't got the right feel with the car. It's difficult when you go into a sprint race weekend. You don't have a lot of time to make some changes. Let's see what we can do overnight into tomorrow. Obviously P11 is not the best starting position, but we've had some good results from further down the field so far this year. So all is not lost. I think the tyre deck looked pretty bad in practice, so probably looking like a 2-stop race. But need to understand what's going on at the moment, because struggling a bit, especially on Saturdays.
We have to push the limits, especially in these two
these two last corners, there's a lot of time to gain, but you know, that track is not made for F1 cars. It's made for MotoGP, and yeah, unfortunately the curbs are flat, so you know, we will gain time by running wide, and we are all on the limit. But sometimes it works and people don't see, sometimes it doesn't, and we got kicked out like today.
Yeah, disappointed. It was a good lap apart from that, but didn't quite keep it in the limits. Yeah, turned it a bit too early for the corner, hit the curb, and then the rest was history. So yeah, shame to be out. Otherwise, you know, the pace was very good again in one lap.
Obviously not ideal, but at least managed to, in the end, get the engine started and continue the session. Just got a bit too close to the Red Bull. I think who didn't see me that I was on the lap, so lost a bit of downforce and suddenly lost the back end. So, but yeah, after that it was a pretty normal session.
It was all clear. I was on a good lap, but then all of a sudden on my final lap I found I think Albon, and I just went straight. I could not stop. I think I lost a tenth or a bit more than that just by going straight, but the stewards wouldn't consider that I was blocked.
How frustrated are you? Because obviously you've got a quick race car and you should have been on the front row, really, shouldn't
Yeah,
you?
but I mean, there's so many things I can control, and unfortunately this one, yeah, you are closing a good lap, and then all of a sudden you are blocked and you have a penalty. I think the system is wrong.
Yeah, really frustration, and I don't think I'm able to, you know, put my full effort because the last push just traffic and didn't able to maximize my performance. So it's a shame because second push was really good. Yeah, I mean obviously it's still tight, and I mean there's not much performance, like extra performance to, you know, go easily to go through Q2, but still I think it's still possible to go through Q2. So I was a bit frustrating, but it is what it is, and yeah, focus for tomorrow.
Everyone's, you know, backed up into the last lap into the start-finish line, so it was really difficult for me to be, you know, right at the back of the pack, because basically I was standing still for almost 10 seconds. So yeah, lost a lot in sector 1, but then I gained back. So when it's so close, the potential was definitely more. So yeah, wasn't so happy with that session.
Bit of mixed feelings, to be honest. I feel like generally pretty happy with my lap. I feel like I was missing a bit this morning in FP, and knew I had a good bit to find, and I felt like it was coming, to be honest. I felt like I found most of it through sector 1 and 2. Just struggled a little bit to judge the last 2 corners with track limits right there, and obviously not wanting to lose my lap, and maybe just left a little bit too much on the table.
It's also tight, so got traffic with Verstappen in turn 1 on the first lap, and then you know, and that lap also got a track limit, so wouldn't have counted anyway. But then the second attempt, I had some gear downshift fault. It didn't downshift, so it cost me a little bit of time in turn 3. And when it's this tight, you just can't, you know, it's very costly.
Yeah, I think we were not quite strong enough, especially as the session kind of evolved. I felt like we were almost losing performance, and in my last run I did a very poor turn 1. That was kind of my mistake. I lost 2 tenths, so that would have clearly put us a little bit closer in the mix, but nevertheless I don't think we were quite strong enough to proceed properly on merit through to Q2.